Spiritual Teaching 203. Love one another. 1. I welcome those who want to become spiritually enlightened. 2. Happy and blessed are those who want to comprehend things more clearly. Truly, I tell you that only by removing the spiritual blindfold that covers your eyes will you be able to perceive and to comprehend things more clearly. 3. Man has two weaknesses. He makes no effort to remove his blindfolds in order to study my elevated spiritual teachings, nor does he want to separate himself from those material pleasures that prevent his spiritual progress. Thus, he has become a slave to his selfish pleasures. His spirit is like a paralyzed human being who makes no effort to heal himself. 4. I perceive that most men are fragile and weak. Why does this occur? It occurs because man doesn't have the courage or the determination to remove himself from his state of darkness. He has been unwilling to make an effort to progress spiritually. This is the reason he has so many vices and makes so many errors. 5. Man does not want to utilize the gift of free will that he possesses. 6. Man should utilize his free will and his ability to reason, to battle, and to triumph over his own selfish passions and vices. Only then will man be able to acquire true freedom. It is then that you will become great humans on earth, great prophets, and spiritually enlightened. You will be able to live in harmony with nature and beasts. Truly I tell you that your imperfections and weaknesses create your fear of animals, which causes them to attack you. If you analyze mankind, you will discover that some individuals are more fierce than tigers and more venomous than cobras. 7. Do not think that the prophets from the past years performed miracles because they were predestined to do so. They worked hard, struggled, and battled along their path until they were able to triumph. Truly, I tell you that as you make a greater effort to become spiritually enlightened, you will experience greater temptations and ordeals. Nevertheless, your spirit possesses divine enlightenment which will illuminate and guide you in your life. Everyone possesses that divine strength that is pure and immortal. It is the life force that guides you to true happiness. However, man has become immoral due to his vices and materialism. Through his own free will he has stained himself and has spiritually descended. But man will regain his lost dignity through that divine strength that everyone possesses. He will then seek to nourish himself only with virtuous fruits from the divine tree of life. 8. What does man need to do to achieve that state? He needs to use his spiritual strength and energy. He must become a true worker of God so he can remove the blindfolds that cover his eyes. Once they are removed, man will be free from his selfish desires and understand things more clearly. He will walk with confidence and no longer stumble. 9. I have spoken of things that you refer to as mysteries, but you need to carefully analyze my word in order to become divinely enlightened. 10. I want you to know that no mysteries exist in nature or with God. Man has not been able to follow the divine teachings and to practice the true law due to his own weaknesses. That is why he feels confused and lost. He fails to realize that God is in his conscience, always ready to help him. 11. The true law signifies perfection. What is the importance of practicing religions or believing in God if your deeds and thoughts do not reflect love and purity? The day will come when you will become heirs to my kingdom. Then you will behold that I am in the Father, that you are in me, and that I am in you. This alliance will be referred to as an alliance of peace. Thus, everyone will fulfill the divine law, and God will be acknowledged as the only God. Men will truly acknowledge one another as brethren and demonstrate it with deeds of love. My beloved children, if you truly wish to become a worker of God today, we can now establish that alliance of peace. It is not necessary for you to depart from earth before we establish that alliance. All you need to do is to make a sincere effort to become my worker. The table has been set, and I invite you to come sit at my table. Come, and allow me to serve you. Together we will eat from the bread of truth. Utilize the torch of love to illuminate your path, and remove the blindfold that covers your eyes. Triumph over your vices and passions. As children of God, seek to become spiritually enlightened. I invite you to come with me, and together we will sing this praise. Glory to God in the highest, and may an alliance of peace become established on earth. Alleluia, alleluia to the Lord. Accept the spiritual nourishment and enlightenment that I have come to bring you. Forget about your sorrows and grief. Give them to me. Sing with me, alleluia, alleluia to the Lord. Sing in harmony with me, my beloved children, for I am with you. 12. If you could sing in harmony with the divine concert, you would lose all desire to eat those fruits that are harmful to your spirit. Your immortal spiritual being would continually be radiating with enlightenment. My beloved children, do you want to come to my table? The table is set, and I will serve you. Come, for I am awaiting you. 13. Do not imitate the Pharisees, who deceitfully pretend to follow the laws of God inside their temples and synagogues, but who truly are evil and materialistic. No, my beloved children, always be pure and virtuous. Practice deeds of virtue in your home, in the streets, or wherever you are. Thus, those who might want to criticize the doctrine of Jesus will proclaim that my doctrine is truly virtuous. For they will observe that both in your private and public life you practice deeds of virtue, sowing love, truth, and kindness wherever you go. 14. Today I have come to communicate with the people of spiritual Israel and to inscribe my word in their hearts. I have come to leave you a memory of my communication through the human spokesman. If you will carefully analyze, you will realize that I have not remained silent for a single moment. The divine word has always communicated with mankind. I communicate with man in many different ways. I can speak to his heart, his mind, or his conscience. My word offers him inspiration, strength, and hope. Also, it judges his deeds. 15. I say to you, men have sought me spiritually during all years, some with greater eagerness than others. 16. You will not discover everything on earth. I have retained certain knowledge and revelations, so that when you seek them, you will discover me. I have never denied you my love and charity, even granting you those requests which do not benefit you. I have done that to make you realize your mistake. 17. This era of spiritual manifestations and divine teachings has been like a banquet. You were invited to spiritually nourish yourself. Those who arrived without spiritual enlightenment have been nourished. 18. After your journey and struggles of life, you have arrived to rest underneath the shade of this divine tree of spiritual enlightenment. You have now regained your strength and have learned to triumph over temptations which continually invite you to depart from the righteous path. Thus, you are learning to become my good disciple. 19. That is why, after having given you my teachings, you are eager and willing to battle for this cause. You have become aware of your responsibility to share this doctrine with your brethren in the same pure and loving manner that you have received it. You now realize that if you work with dedication, humility, and love, you will be able to remove many obstacles and difficulties from the path of your brother. I have summoned many individuals from different places throughout the world to convert them into my soldiers and disciples. 20. You now come to demonstrate your willingness to follow me and to offer me the fruit of your work which only I know. I am the only one who knows your past, who you are today, and who you will be tomorrow. You arrived eager to perform good deeds, yearning to be loved and to love others. The Father welcomed you, nourished you, and converted you into his servant. 21. Once you felt the great love that I have for you, You revealed to me all the secrets that you had concealed from others. After your spirit became enlightened, you truly repented for your past mistakes. 22. I want you to become spiritually prepared and to honor the pact of love that you have made with me. Honor it by practicing deeds of love and charity for your brethren. Today, I have manifested myself as the Divine Father, but tomorrow I will manifest myself as your judge. 23. I do not want anyone to remain spiritually asleep, because he will awaken later and weep. 24. You will only be able to witness this manifestation for 3 more years. You have learned many things from my teachings. When will you become a teacher? Once I depart, will you be able to remain in my place to nourish the multitudes? Today, my teaching serves as a warning because soon this manifestation will come to an end. 25. I have brought this multitude together so that it may unite spiritually. I want it to arise strongly determined to fulfill its mission and to embrace one another as brethren. 26. Be aware that among this multitude all are equal and that no one is superior. Each of you is a servant for the Lord. Behold that the history of these teachings will remain written by those whom I designated as golden pens. I, including you, do not want the future generations to discover any disagreements and divisions among this multitude through those writings. Through your deeds leave examples for future generations to follow, and they, too, will arise similar to how others motivated you to become a servant to the Lord. 27. I have come to embrace each of you and to cover you with my divine cloak. But man has remained insensitive and has ignored me. I have spoken to humanity through miracles, but it has remained indifferent. I have touched man with my justice, but he refuses to learn from it. I speak to you with words of love so that you will offer testimony to others. However, you have failed to share the good news. Furthermore, humanity is not aware of the time in which it now lives. Everyone has the same spiritual gifts, even though I have prepared some to be messengers and others to receive the messages. 28. Remain spiritually prepared as a messenger and worker of God, and always fulfill my will. If you fail to prepare yourself, you will have nothing to offer your brethren from the divine enlightenment I have given you. 29. Although I have placed my perfect work into sinful hands, there is still no reason for those who have received my teachings not to share it with others. If you are unworthy of this mission, my love makes you worthy and offers you the means to love and to save one another. 30. I am omnipotent and powerful, and I do not want my children to be in spiritual need. I offer my treasures and kindness to those who are sinful, so that they will learn to become charitable with others. 31. Blessed is the one who is charitable and who has shared with his brethren all that he carries in his spirit. When one is selfish, stubborn, and lacks faith, he is not even aware of his spiritual gifts. Do not lose faith, so that you will resurrect those who are spiritually dead and also restore vision to those who are spiritually blind. 32. If you practice my teachings only to test them and to discover how much truth they contain, you would only be testing yourself and not my teachings. If you lack faith in what you say or do, how can anyone else have faith in you? You need to become as a mirror so that your brethren can perceive themselves and acknowledge that you are my messengers. 33. Fulfill your mission, and when you come to the end of your journey, you will find yourself before a large door that you will open with your own key. I will be awaiting you behind that door. You will not be able to open that door if you attempt to use someone else's key. Also, you must acquire the 7 divine virtues, which are love, humility, patience, harmony, serenity, perseverance, and charity. They symbolize the path of spiritual perfection that each being needs to travel. 34. I want all beings to live in harmony. to have the same ideal, and to follow the will of God. 35. The Lord has given mankind laws and mandates to follow since the beginning of time, and it is the Lord who speaks to you during this period. I want you to be virtuous, to attain spiritual elevation, and to help those who are spiritually weak. However, you have harvested very few fruits. You have not nourished yourselves with the spiritual bread that I have offered you, which is love, virtue, and charity. You have not shared my revelations with your brethren, and you are not utilizing your spiritual gifts. Consequently, your brethren are spiritually hungry and thirsty. One day they will demand to know why you did not share these teachings. I do not want you to experience their harsh judgment once they realize that it was your responsibility to share these teachings with others. Work hard to sow my seed, and I will return it to you in multiple form. 36. Truly, the weight of your cross is heavy, because you are carrying the weight of your responsibilities in restitution, as well as being judged by others. If you fail to fulfill your responsibilities, the weight will become much greater. 37. By now, the good news should have spread throughout the world, and there should be more disciples. Where are the ill whom you have healed and the sinners whom you have converted? The responsibilities that I have assigned to you are not superior to your strength and ability. Your cross is similar to mine, a cross of unselfishness, sacrifice, and love. The one who willingly carries his cross will arrive before my presence. Although he will have suffered along his journey due to his brother's lack of understanding, he will be satisfied with his accomplishments, feeling inner spiritual peace. 38. Elijah illuminates and inspires those who are guiding these multitudes. Those guides are your brethren. Mary, your divine mother, brings each child close to the divine Father so that the child will be in constant communication with the Father. She always prays for her children. She perceives each child with compassion and love, and greatly cries whenever they sin. Truly, you are not aware of how much she loves her children and worries about them. Because of their sinful ways, they have been unable to offer her any comfort. Frequently, I have delayed my justice because of her petition for her children. Nevertheless, my will is her will, because she is a part of my divine spirit. Mary represents the divine tenderness of God and is an example of his maternal love. 39. During this era, everyone who prepares himself through prayer and who practices my divine doctrine will not be harmed when the elements of nature are unleashed. I invite each one of you to pray and offer you the opportunity to be safe from harm. The elements of nature will serve to purify and to spiritually awaken those who are disobedient and sinful. Meanwhile, you need to remain alert, to continue to pray for your brethren, and to continue working as a servant of the Lord. 40. Frequently I have asked this multitude to unite so that it may teach the world a unified doctrine of love. If you do not unite, you will experience great ordeals and your restitution will be great, because you chose to disregard my laws even though you are aware of your delicate mission and my will. Become spiritually united and fulfill the will of God. Love one another. 41. You have come before me and are ashamed because you have not fulfilled your mission. You have failed to perform good deeds and have stained the white robe that I have given you. You have ignored my mandates, and you believe that I am not perfect because I have given you my mandates through human spokesmen. You believe that the human being is unable to serve as a spokesman for God. But I am proving to you that what God chooses is fair and just. I dwell in each human being, and therefore man has the ability to comprehend God. Thus, it is my will to manifest myself through human spokesmen during this era. 42. Your spirit carries all of your deeds from each reincarnation that you have had on earth. During this era, an era of justice, I have sent some of you to earth to amend your faults and others to fulfill a delicate mission. I have chosen you from among a large number of beings to fulfill a mission among humanity. Your mission is to help mankind to attain purification, regeneration, and spiritual elevation. 43. The world will ask why I chose the illiterate and the sinners to fulfill this mission. I say to you that God chooses the destiny of each being. I will purify those who have this mission and will make them my apostles. As each one fulfills his mission, his purification will come to an end. 44. Elijah has prepared you to clearly perceive the beginning of the sixth seal as it unfolds and brings grace and enlightenment to every spirit. In this era, my teachings have been simple and easy to comprehend. They have clarified mysteries, opened new paths, and have enlightened all beings. You have witnessed the fulfillment of many prophecies. After having experienced so many ordeals, you have awakened spiritually and are now willing to practice my teachings. 45. I grant you the grace of listening to me until 1950. I will cease to manifest myself through human spokesmen after that year. I ask my spokesmen to practice brotherhood and faithfulness as they fulfill their mission. This will enable them to transmit my word with perfection, and thus my teaching will have the same essence in each house of prayer where I manifest myself. The world awaits the good news, and it was my will to select you to take this message to the world. 46. The rulers of your nation are not aware of the multitude of people in this country whom I have assigned a mission. Their mission is to pray for their brethren and work for peace and brotherhood among all beings. I am preparing those rulers and permitting them to come among this multitude to witness my manifestation and to observe your manner of living. 47. Be careful to correctly interpret my teaching and fulfill my mandates. Do not offer your brethren fruits of ignorance nor fanaticism. Correct your imperfections and allow your heart to become sensitive. By fulfilling your spiritual mission, I will delay the elements of nature from destroying the tranquility and lives of your brethren, as well as your own. 48. I will continue to give you my teachings for a brief time because my manifestation will soon come to an end. Therefore, it is necessary for my guides and workers to become united. Imitate me. Remember that in order to fulfill my mission, I suffered greatly, and I had to carry a cross on my shoulders on the road to Calvary. Be humble and accept your mission. I am aware of your suffering, and together we weep for humanity. It is a weeping of love and sorrow for mankind. 49. Perform deeds of love and charity. Guide the multitudes with dedication and honesty as is my will. 50. Prepare yourself so that when 1950 comes to an end, you can take my doctrine to humanity. This multitude who has witnessed my manifestation will go to all nations throughout the world. I offer you blessings and strength, because after this manifestation comes to an end, your journey will be difficult. 51. My peace is with you as soon as you come to me. 52. I will leave you an unforgettable memory of this manifestation, which I have granted you for a long time. 53. You have been enlightened and blessed with my teachings, but do not boast for that reason. Only I know who you were in the past, who you are now, and who you will be in the future. Those who arrive before me spiritually hungry and thirsty have quenched their needs by listening to my word. They are now my servants and disciples to whom I have revealed the spiritual enlightenment from the sixth seal. 54. On this day you have reunited, although you have come from different communities. My voice was heard everywhere as I summoned this multitude to congregate. 55. I have not come to judge you or to make demands. Your conscience and intuition will inform you of your responsibilities and the worthiness of your deeds. 56. Do not think that you are the only ones who truly love me. Throughout the world there are others who seek me, follow me, and love me. However, after you prepare yourself with my teachings, I want you to serve as an example for those who love and worship me in an imperfect manner. Truly, I tell you that the gifts of prophecy, inspiration, and speech are distributed among all of humanity. 57. Do not remain spiritually asleep, because this manifestation will only continue for 3 more years. When will you become teachers of this doctrine? 58. Today, I have gathered all of you to alert you. I want this multitude to become unified through spiritual love. No one is superior or inferior because everyone is equal. My teachings will remain written in books, and it is not my will that any of your imperfections remain written in those books. 59. Would you want to leave a history of your mistakes to future generations? 60. Although my doctrine is sacred and divine, I have entrusted it to those who still sin. I have done that because those sinners will follow me with great love, loyalty, and dedication once they feel the Father's love and forgiveness. 61. Furthermore, are there any beings on earth who are truly just? 62. Disciples, I say to you, make a true effort to practice my doctrine. Thus I may perfect you with my teachings. 63. Do not doubt yourself due to your lack of knowledge, for I can make rocks speak. 64. You will need to ascend through a spiritual ladder that will lead you to God. Climb it, step by step, until you reach the Father by having attained the highest level of spiritual elevation. 65. Elijah is illuminating your path during this period. He strengthens you when you confront an ordeal and also informs you about future ordeals. 66. Blessed are the workers who are guided by their conscience and presently listen to my word, for they know how to sow peace, joy, and salvation along their path. My peace be with you.